say a prayer and I stay up. Prayer, 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 prayer. I say a prayer and I stay up. I be jumping out the pot. I felt something that was hot. Damn, that's just me up in the spot. Watching me like I'm a clock. Run the city every block. Key to success every lock. Icing cake the cherry top. I get a bag for every drop. Come on the scene. Yeah, look mean, it's not what it seems. My life is a dream. I did it just me, I ain't have a team. I'm shining, I beam. I am finessing one hell of a scheme. I am too cool.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Dan Banks, DJ Fine, CEO of JTU. We are Jersey Magazine and Jersey Diamonds, and I'm here with the lovely Miss Philippe.
Hi, everyone.
Say hey, what's good to Jersey?
What's good? Hi, Jersey. What's good?
Philippe is a super talented upcoming artist, and she has a lot to tell you about what she has going on. We're going to talk about a little bit what happened in 2018 and then transition into 2019. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So, Philippe.
Yes.
This album you just dropped.
Yes.
Just Philippe.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
I like that you said this album that I just dropped.
Like,
you know me? I like that. Because some people
saying?
like, that album way back when. Like, no, it's still new.
Fresh.
It's still new.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Just Philippe is an album that I executive produced with a production company called Ria Girls Production, and it was my first time really tackling an album like that where I was involved in every aspect. It was totally my idea. Like, I ran the ship, and it was like really the most exhilarating thing I've ever done, because it taught me that like your creativity can go as far as you want it to go. Like, there's no limit on it. I used to think like, okay, well, after a while you're gonna run out of things to talk about or songs to make or ideas for videos or this or that, but you don't. You just keep getting more and more ideas the more that you do things. Like, you learn and you have experiences. So it was honestly, to me, to date, my best work.
So tell me a little bit about that, because a lot of people don't understand like the kind of work that goes into executive directing your own album. They usually have it executively directed by somebody else. So tell me a little bit and tell us a little bit about what that involves, specifically for this Just Philippe album.
That's a good question, Banks. It involves a lot of like changing and editing and thinking you're done with something and going back to it again and being like, no, we should change this. Or you'll love something the night that you do it and then you listen to it a few days later and be like, I don't really like that part anymore. And it's a lot of that, and it gets tedious sometimes, but I enjoy it because when you get that final product, you're just like so happy with it. So, but it is a lot of work, and you have to think about just sonically how all the records sound with one another. Like, do they sound good, and what features do you want to have? Who would be best to collaborate with on production? Like, you got to think about all of those things. And I think the lesson I've learned most from this album is to collaborate. Really use the resources around you, use the people around, not use, but like collaborate with them, work with them, and learn from them.
And how is it networking with some of the artists that you specifically placed on this album specifically, that you knew that it would become such a hype that it's becoming already? Like how did you pretty much pick these people for your album specifically?
It happened organically. I didn't really like saying this person's gonna be and this person's gonna be. At one point, I was gonna try to do an album where I wasn't on it at all, and I just got people to, like, on some DJ Khaled shit, like, I'm just gonna get people to be on the song, and I'm just gonna decide who best to be. But sometimes artists be flaky, so I got so annoyed with just trying to keep up, no shade, so I just got tired of trying to keep up with people and get people in the studio to work. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm just gonna make it my album, but I'm still gonna showcase my executive producer skills, like with my song Sports Car, where I'm not on it at all, but I kind of orchestrated it. Or even Kick Up, where I'm just on the hook, but kind of.
Absolutely. So now, tell me about naming the album Just Philippe. Like, what made you just kind of run with that?
It's funny because it had a different, right? It had a different name actually.
Yeah.
And then we changed it as it got closer to being like a full body of work. I was like, something about Just Philippe. Like, it just sounded like simple and straight to the point. Like, it's just me. And I also was feeling like, okay, I just want to drop the J out my name and just have people call me Philippe. So it was another way to kind of declare that and be like, now I'm just Philippe. Like no J, no nothing, just Philippe.
Tell me about the song list. How many songs are actually on the album?
It's 10 records, 10 solid records that I love. I can listen to front to back to front, like I should. So.
The titles for each song, each one has a very unique to it, like Run, the Kick Up, just everything. So just tell me about, and then you have the song also with dedicated to your country.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about Haiti real quick?
Yeah,
so tell me about that track and just.
Oh man, that track is like so special to me because I recorded it and then I was like, okay, after I did it, I'm like, I have to have my dad on this album, like, because the song and like maybe an interlude from him, it would just like fit perfectly. And I really just love being Haitian, like, you know, and I know it probably gets on people's nerves sometimes and they just don't say it to me, like, oh, she's just so like always talking about Haiti, but I love where I'm from, you know, I love my culture, I love who I am, and I'm just always gonna rep it.
And the uniqueness of the song is you're talking about you would just love to put a bunch of money on the boat
and
just take it over there. That's true dedication.
Word, I would really love to do that. If I could, you know, I would. And when I was making the record, I was working on it with Shahid from Gria Bros, and he was making the beat, and I just like started freestyling the hook, and I was like, I want to take a lot of money and put it on him.
That's just so
natural.
And
it just kind of came to me, and I think I still have that recording, like the audio of us just working on it, because we tend to do that, like we'll just put it on record, and so while we're in the studio working on a record, and it's fun because I can go back to it and be like, damn, that's how that record started, like it just, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The production of of each song, and just the sound, the acoustics, everything. When did you kind of know that for each song, this is kind of like, all right, we're done with this, let's go to the next one? Because I know that you're very particular with your sound. So how are you able to finalize the album and be like, yes, this is the right production for this? And I know that takes a lot of time, so
probably Shahid. He'd be like, we're not gonna keep editing this, it's done, like it's done, we're done. Yeah, because I always tend to go back and be like, oh, maybe we could have did this different, or maybe we should add this. So I can be particular. I am definitely that way, but that's why you have other people around. You collaborate, so someone else can kind of reel you back when you take it too far. So.
Absolutely. And now you just recently dropped Pray Up.
Yeah, that you were in, made a cameo. We Are Jersey made a cameo. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, that whole treatment concept, I mean, I know what it was, but pretty much tell everybody like how you came up with that concept, and then just Pray Up by itself, it says a lot, but to you, what does that mean?
Oh man, well, it started off as just an idea, and I definitely knew that for Pray Up, because it's one of my favorite records on the album, I knew I had to do a dope video. And I knew I wanted it to have some religious aspect in it. I didn't know exactly how, but I was like, hey, it has to have something with religion in it, just because, obviously, you know. So, long story short, I spoke to a lot of different people, because I love getting people's opinions. So I'll be like, yo, what do you think of, like, what kind of video I should do for this? And I want to dress up like a nun or something. And everyone I said that to, even other people suggested it to me before I even told them that I already had that idea. So I'm like, okay, to me, that's the universe telling you, like, you're absolutely supposed to do it that way. So, shout out to Bringing the Real too, because Amato, he's like my homie. I always run ideas by him, like, what do you think about this? And so he was like, yo, I think like some nun stuff would be like super dope. At first I was gonna have it be everyone dressed up as nuns, and it was gonna be a ton of women. But then towards like
part two,
right? That'd be crazy. Can you imagine my friend Jasmine dressed up as a nun?
Shout out to Jasmine.
Shout out to Jasmine.
For real.
Yeah. But where was I? Yeah, with the idea, and then we ended up deciding to just do me as the nun and make me like the focal point of the video, and then just show me like with a bunch of friends and stuff. So yeah, it was collaborative. Like I asked people what they thought and what they thought I should do, and I just took bits and pieces from everybody's ideas and kind of just like put something together.
And how's been the feedback of the actual video?
It's been crazy. Like the day I dropped it, I was like, I felt like I dropped another album. That's what it felt like, because just the kind of response that it got. I'm like, damn, Pray Up is definitely one of my favorites. Like I love the record, I love the vibe, I just love the video.
It's a vibe. Awesome. Yeah. But tell me about 2018, and I guess from the middle to the end part of it.
2018, like it ended good for me. Like I would say like the last 6 months. 2018 was a rough year for me just in general. I think I had to learn a lot of lessons about myself, about, just how to, because the more you collaborate with people, the more you're communicating, and you have to learn how to communicate in different ways with different people, because not everybody's the same. So like I could maybe be blunt with you, but then I may have to be more sensitive with somebody else that I'm speaking to. So you just have to learn. And I made, mistakes, but I think that with those mistakes comes wisdom, and then you just kind of learn how to do it better the next time. So I did a lot of that. I did a lot of learning and growing, and it was painful. And then the other half of the year, I dropped an amazing album. I executive produced. I did a lot of shows. I, learned a lot from a lot of other artists, like even just taking bits and pieces of people's style, like, oh, okay, like that person does that in the studio, that's effective, like, and just learn and grow. That's awesome.
So what we got in store for 2019?
Same, learning and growing, and continuing to push the album, pushing the Pray Up video. I also am dropping another video on February 1st. for both. Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. So that's a surprise. But you can go to everythingphilippe.com. I have all my music videos if you just want to catch up and get to know me. And yeah.
Awesome. Well, you heard it here first. We are Jersey Magazine. Philippe, give me a little shout out. Tell them how they can book you.
Yes.
Everything.
Everythingphilippe.com. Everything spelled regular. Philippe is PHILIPPE.com. 1 L, 2 P's, an E at the end. And that's where you can find me for everything. It'll show you all my social media. You can watch all my videos, see recent photo shoots I've done, see upcoming appearances that I'm going to have. If you want to follow me on IG, it's just.Philippe, spelled the same way, 1 L, 2 P's, E at the end. And yeah, so catch up with me, get to know me.
Check out Philippe, man.
Yeah.
See you building. We
Shout
are
out,
Jersey.
Jersey.
Sign up.
Jersey turned up entertainment. Entertainment.